Today, we're going to dive into the life of Oprah Winfrey, but we're not just looking at it as a success story. We're looking at it as a powerful blueprint for personal transformation, a guide that, honestly, anyone can learn from.
And this quote, wow, it just sets the stage perfectly, doesn't it? Because Oprah's voice didn't just fill the airwaves. It literally shaped how entire generations thought and what they aspired to be. So let's start with this idea, rising through the storm. And I think that's the key word right there, through. This whole story isn't about dodging life's hardships. It's about facing them head on and finding a way to rise because of them.
When you really boil it down, this is the heart of her transformation. It's a journey from feeling powerless, like a victim of your circumstances, to becoming completely empowered, the architect of your own life. From being invisible to becoming one of the most influential people on the planet.
Now, to really get this, we have to go back to the very beginning. This part of her journey, A Voice in the Dark, it really explores the unbelievable challenges of her early life.
Okay, so look at this. This is the fundamental conflict she had to overcome. On one side, you have the world's verdict, and it was brutal. Poverty, abuse, constant rejection. The message was loud and clear. You are not enough. But then, on the other side, there was this quiet, persistent inner belief, just a whisper, saying, my life could mean something more.
And it was right there, in that darkness, that she found the one thing that would change everything. Her anchor, her voice. And this wasn't just about speaking. It was the tools she was going to use to take back her own story and lift not just herself up, but everyone else too.
So, finding her voice leads her into broadcasting. But as we're about to see, that's where she hit a whole new wall. This is where she had to prove that being your true self, that authenticity, is actually its own kind of power.
So she enters this new world, television, and right away, the industry tries to shove her into a box. TV back then had this very specific, very rigid mold for what a host should be, and she was told flat out, you just don't fit.
And the criticism, it was so personal. It wasn't about her talent, it was about who she was. Her hair was wrong, her skin color was wrong, the way she got emotional and cried with her guests, that was definitely wrong. The message she kept hearing was, everything about you is not right for this world.
And this right here is the moment that defines everything. She had a choice. She could change who she was to get their approval, or she could stand firm and just be herself. She chose authenticity.
And here's the crazy part. The very things they attacked her for, her emotion, her empathy, her realness, that became her superpower. Millions of people connected with her, not because she was some polished, perfect presenter, but because she was a real person. And that decision, it changed everything. This whole idea of being real became her guide for life, which brings us to this next incredibly powerful section, turning wounds into wisdom.
I mean, this one quote says it all, doesn't it? She taught us that you don't just ignore your pain or pretend bad things didn't happen. No, you look right at your wounds, and you pull the wisdom from them. You find the lesson, you find the strength that's hidden inside.
So how did she actually do it? Well, it breaks down like this. Every single heartbreak, she turned that into strength. Every failure, that just became fuel for the next try. And every time someone told her no, well, that wasn't a dead end. It was just a sign pointing her in a new direction.
And all of this leads to one central message. The circumstances you were born into, the things that have happened to you, yeah, they're part of your story, but they do not have to be the final chapter. Your beginning does not determine your destiny.
And this is where it all comes together. This is where her blueprint becomes about you. The final chapter is called Your Story is Unwritten.
Think about it. Her life isn't just some nice story to admire. It's living, breathing proof. Proof that greatness isn't something you're just born with. It's something you carve out of the very storms that you survive.
So what's the takeaway for you? Well, according to Oprah's blueprint, the whole journey, it kicks off the moment you decide to claim your power. The moment you stop saying sorry for who you are. And the moment you stop letting other people tell you what you're worth.
So here's the final thought I want to leave you with. Your story isn't finished. Not even close. The pen is in your hand. So stand tall, own your truth, and just like Oprah, speak with your own voice.
So, we end with a question that only you can answer. You've seen the blueprint.
You've seen the path from powerlessness to empowerment. The only question left is, how will you rise?